Hi, welcome to TLBTV. This is Mom on the Right. And I was thinking while I was preparing for this fabulous interview, I know I'm excited, that when was the last time I actually went to a movie like Star Wars when they killed off Solo, which made me upset. But what made me even more upset was what the Hollywood elite were doing to us and telling me, who I should vote for, who I shouldn't, and, like Robert DeNiro, like cursing out my president. Imagine if that was like, Barack Obama and, someone went on stage at the Oscars and said that, things like this are just like, I'm sick of it. And I won't give Hollywood my money. So we need to support movies like Unplanned. We need to support Affirm. We need to, the Kendrick brothers. I want to, spread the word and put my money towards them or a bottle of good wine, because I am not giving these people any more money. And I'm very excited today. She is a spitfire. That's why she probably thinks I'm nuts, but she's a real spitfire. And I've been mispronouncing her name, and she forgave me. So we're cool. We're totally cool. And her name is Nanya May. And she, director, writer. She can be seen on Fox News. She's just amazing. And she has a new movie coming out. And she has some great stars in it. So without further ado, I want to introduce you to someone I really admire and someone that, us women need to see more of in the conservative space and faith space. Nanya May, thank you so much for coming to my show.
Well, absolutely. Having me.
Where do I begin? You have had such an amazing career. Let's first talk about the movie Unplanned. As you are and I am. I live in Virginia, and I've been very upset about what's going on about the late-term abortion. I actually lived in New York, and I was very upset about their decision. And when Tim Kaine actually said that a baby was a fetus, excuse me, and that my governor's like, let's keep the baby late after it survives a botched abortion comfortable. I was like, that is it. I got to do my show. I got to do something. I can't take it anymore. These people are nuts. Yeah. So when Unplanned came out and hit 2 weeks ago, number 4, they're crushing it at the box office. What is going on? I know.
Yeah, it's exciting. I think it's exciting. There's a lot of people. The thing is that what the left does is they try and marginalize and
right.
disregard another point of view and make it look like you're in sort of this little thought ghetto over here. But it turns out that we really are the majority in America. And I can't imagine anyone saying that it's okay to kill a live birth baby sitting there, like I say, keeping it comfortable, then we'll decide what to do with it. Seriously, well, why not decide when it's 1 or 2 or 3 or 18? Save yourself college. Go ahead and kill it when it's 18. I mean, it's a live human being. Of course, as pro-lifers, we believe it's live in the womb, but they are over the top celebrating the fact that you can kill a full-term baby that has been delivered. This is the interesting thing about abortion. A lot of people don't know is that there are as many people in this country waiting to adopt as there are abortions every year. Why don't we just put A with B, match these people up? No one's saying you have to raise the baby. No one says you even have to keep the baby.
Right.
Give this baby a home. Don't kill it. You do not have the right to kill a fully formed human being that's living on its own, separated from the mother. That's murder. I mean, we can argue whether it's murder in the womb, but let's say outside the womb, absolutely murder. No question about it.
Exactly. And I have to say this, the Democrat, unfortunately, I used to be a liberal, and I used to be pro-choice before I became a believer.
Yeah.
And to be quite honest, I don't remember when I volunteered for the Clinton campaign, Bill's first campaign, I don't remember it ever being this extreme. I'm really scared.
Yeah. No, he was pro-life. What did they say? Safe, rare, and legal, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, great, they're pro-choice, but at least it wasn't just over the top, kill the babies.
Yeah.
And I mean, I just am shocked that people are openly advocating that. People that are now running for president are openly advocating that. That's scary. That devalues life on so many levels. We saw this in Nazi Germany, where you take a segment of society, a certain kind of person, you identify them as being irrelevant and being basically the garbage heap of society, and no one's going to say anything when you start killing them. We cannot go down this path as Americans.
It's genocide. It is
absolute
genocide. and it's revolting, and that's why we can't lose the White House. We need to, we need to get keep it strong. And like,
the thing is, 40% of these babies are African American. That's the genocide.
I did not know that.
Yes, 40% of abortions performed are in African Americans. Talk about a genocide. That's one right there. Who's the racist here? All these people that are advocating for late-term abortion. Sorry, it is what it is.
Unbelievable. And you know what? It's the Democrats said they're pro, minorities, pro women, and it sickens me. So I am not surprised that this movie's being pushed forward, because I think even non-Christians are like, this is enough. And this is kind of, let me see this movie. I think it's intriguing people.
Yeah, it is. It's very powerful. I happened to see a screening of it before it was released, and it was kind of late at night. It was like 9:30 at night after a big dinner. And I was so exhausted. I said, well, I'll watch the first few minutes.
Yeah.
I'm tired. I couldn't leave. I mean, it just was riveting on so many levels. And I went up to the producers at the end of it and I said, you got a winner on your hands. And you told the truth in such a compelling way that, I mean, you would have to be brain dead not to see that, yeah, these are babies that are being sucked out of the wombs. And it actually shows it. It's really, it's frightening. It's really frightening.
And I think once you see that, no matter where you are as a human being, you're like, I can't support this.
Oh, absolutely. And this is a woman who worked in the abortion clinic for 8 years and had never been back where the operations were being performed. And this is her story about how shocked she was when she finally saw what was actually happening to these little babies. That's pretty gross.
Unbelievable. So let's switch gears. Let's talk about
romantic comedy. I know.
I did mention we need to support more good films too, and happier. So let's go to the First Lady.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit about your, this film, and just tell me a little bit about the background and where we are and who's starring in it. I'm excited.
Yeah. It's been so much fun to do it. It's a romantic comedy. It stars Nancy Stafford as the First Lady. It's called First Lady. Corbin Bernsen plays part of a role from, it's like a love interest from her past when they were teenagers, but now he's the king of a country, because it's kind of like the book, The Prince and the Pauper. He was pretending to be something he wasn't when they were young, because he didn't want to, have this girl like him because he was a prince. But of course he falls in love with her. Now he wants to come back into her life and say, gee, I kind of liked you when we were young. Will you be my queen? So it's really kind of fun, and we have a blast with it. Jenn Gotzon Chandler's in it. Tanya Christensen, who is hysterical as the antagonist. Burgess Jenkins, Stacey Dash. We've got about 14
I like her too.
wonderful conservative SAG actors in it. And we had a blast making it. It was really fun. And the idea came up years and years ago. You asked me before we went on, would I ever consider running for office? And but someone asked me that one time and said, hey, would you ever run for president? And without missing a beat, I said, no, but I'd love to run for First Lady, because I think that would be a really good job to have.
Oh, yeah, you never know.
You never know, but it always kind of stuck in the back of my head. Wouldn't it be a fun thing to see, could someone who's not married to the president run for the office or position of First Lady? So that's kind of the whole premise of this. And again, we have a blast doing it.
And that's the thing. I've been covering a lot. I've covered over my career a lot of Christian films, a lot of inspirational films by, smaller studios. Are you surprised of how they're peaking? They're still peaking, I feel.
Yeah, well, because there's nothing really out there. I mean, we're filling a niche, almost like the old classic romantic comedies. There was a huge niche for that. I mean, most Americans would go to the movie theaters and, watch Doris Day and Rock Hudson and Cary Grant and Katharine Hepburn, and those were the movies that everyone loved to see, because there was something in it for everyone. The whole family could watch it together, and that's one of my commitments, is never to produce anything that the whole family can't watch together.
Right.
It's some things are a little edgier than others. For example, our Daily Bread TV series, it's post-apocalyptic, it's dramatic, but there's nothing in there that would offend the sensibilities. It's about surviving. The solar flare knocks out electricity around the world. How are you going to survive? So we don't have zombies, we don't have cannibalism, we don't have any of that, but it's a true reenactment of what could possibly happen. So we're trying to provide products and productions that everyone can watch together, that everyone can relate to at a certain level, and be entertained and leave the theater feeling good about life, feeling hopeful, laughing, smiling, feeling better than when they came in there. There's nothing worse than going into a movie that sucks your soul, that throws it on the ground, stomps up and down on it, and charges you for the privilege of doing that. And you leave going, oh, I just want to take a shower. That was so gross. That was so horrible. Who wants to do that? I mean, why would you
have like stale popcorn and the crappy soda? I mean,
no, exactly. And I think that's why the movie theaters are so empty, because Hollywood's not giving us anything we want to see. There's nothing entertaining. It's all like preaching. It's hitting you over the head with their agenda, with their rhetoric, with their dogma. Like, please, just entertain me, for goodness sakes. Exactly. It's like Laura Ingalls wrote a book years ago called "Shut Up and Sing." Just entertain me. I mean, that's what you're there for. Stop preaching at me. It's like you're saying Robert De Niro cussing out the president, or Meryl Streep. I mean, I used to adore Meryl Streep.
I know.
Like, seriously, Meryl, I'm sorry, but you know, I don't want to hear you doing that. Do it amongst yourself and your friends and stuff. But if you don't want to hear me expressing my political opinion, trust me, I don't want to hear you expressing yours. Just, if you're going to act. But, or you're going to run for president, run for president. You run for office, great. Then I want to hear your political opinions. But stop, enough already. I'm just tired of it.
No, I am, and I think, you know, that's why I won't give them my money. Like I said, I'll buy a bottle of wine before I go to the gun, except for yours.
Exactly. In fact, if anything, when these movies are nominated for Oscars, I usually run the other way. And I will not watch one unless 5 people have seen it and swear I will really like it. Like, oh my gosh, you're really going to like this. Okay, forget the fact that it won an Oscar, because usually the really, really horrible movies win the
That's
Oscars.
True, though.
No, it really is. It's just, to me, that's a stamp of disapproval when they win the Oscars. It's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to think about seeing these. And sure enough, when you have to see them, you're forced to write a review or something, you go, boy, was that a wasted hour and a half of my life. I want that hour and a half back. Who do I go to get my hour and a half back? Or 2 hours?
You can't.
Whatever. You can't. No, exactly.
You really can't. And we talked a couple weeks back about, you know, I know the Oscars have come and gone, but the ratings have really tanked.
Yeah, exactly. Who wants, again, it's one sermon after another sermon after another sermon about how horrible America, how horrible Trump is, how horrible conservatives are, how Republicans are there between repugnant and reptiles. I remember Julia Roberts famously saying that one time. It's like, seriously, Julia? Guess what? You're on my list of people I never want to see in a movie again. Congratulations.
About Julia. Don't tell me that. Really, Julia?
Yes. Yeah. Don't you remember she came out and said that? I was like, seriously?
Oh, gosh. Yeah, there she goes. I used to love her. We must part. We must part. You know, since that generation, she's going to be going. You're actually training the next generation.
Exactly. We've got a fabulous group of young.
I want to hear with the Renaissance Women Productions what you're doing. So my child has someone to look forward to watch.
Yeah. We are all about undiscovered talent. We're trying to find the ones out there that are incredibly gifted and talented, and you know, want to be in movies, but they don't want to go to Hollywood and sell their souls and do the Me Too thing. They have to end up on the director's couch and destroy their lives and their confidence. We say, no, we're going to find you. We're going to provide safe places for you to act, for you to, you know, showcase your skills and abilities. And then you could take that movie or that TV series or whatever to an agent or a manager and say, hey, here's my reel, my sizzle reel to show you what I'm capable of. And it just happens to be either a movie or a TV episode. And I'm so thankful we've launched several careers, and again, kept the kids from feeling that they had to sell their souls to fulfill their dreams of being in entertainment.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I'm just very proud of them. They've done an amazing job.
And yeah, that's the, you know, the reason I started doing this show, because I got sick of everything. I got sick of, you know, the left and the elite and people telling me what I can do. And I was afraid for my daughter's future, to be quite honest. I mean, she's just a toddler, but let's be real. I mean, when she grows older, well, who's she going to have? Who's she going to watch on the movie screen? So thank you for doing what you're doing. And I think your honesty too about it it's important. What has been the biggest challenge for you? Here it comes. You've probably been asked this a million times. As a believer, as a conservative woman, in this industry? What has been the biggest hurdle maybe for you?
Probably the biggest thing, not just for me, but any other independent, is probably distribution, the distribution model.
Okay.
What does that look like? How do you go from, point A to point B? How do you
Right.
tell your target market that this movie is out there or this TV series is out there?
Right.
And it's changing a lot. I mean, with the internet the way it is, with streaming on demand, video on demand,
Right.
all of that changing. It's just a matter of letting people know where they can go to get it. I do really love theatrical releases, though. I just think there's something fun about everybody goes to the theater. You make a night of it. You go to dinner. You go to the theater. You get your popcorn. It's like an American tradition that I feel that we're losing because there's nothing good to see in the theaters anymore, except okay, you got the Marvels and the DC world and stuff, and I love going to watch them. I'll go to see any of the superhero movies. I think they're great, but you can only have so many superhero movies until you're like, oh, enough of the superhero movies. Give me something else. So that's what we're trying to do, is fill in that niche with something else that's fun, entertaining, feel good, happy ending. In fact, on this one, I wanted to drive the point home so much that we're calling it an adult fairy tale, or a fairy tale for the whole family, a modern fairy tale, something like that. And it has a They Live Happily Ever After ending, which is a very fun ending. The way we do some little tweaks in it is a lot of fun.
When is that actually coming out? When's the premiere? When's it?
It'll either be later this year, 2019, or in 2020, because the theme in it is, let's say this, it's about politics, but it's not political, if that makes any sense.
It does.
So you could have a Democrat and a Republican sitting right next to it and laugh through the whole thing, because you have no idea what parties anyone belongs to. And I did that on purpose when I was writing it, because I didn't want it to be political. I didn't want to try and get I didn't want to do what Hollywood does and over the top with all my propaganda. I just wanted people to have fun with it. So I challenge anyone to watch it. Say, okay, tell me what party that person's in or what party that person's in. And they can't. They go, wow, you disguised it very well. So that makes them just enjoy it and not think about it, or not get irritated that, there they go again, pushing the propaganda down my throat. I just wanted it to be fun and light. And I guess you could maybe call it a chick flick, but when we did a screening the other night with a focus group, even the men liked it. So I was really happy about that. So they said they really enjoyed it. So I guess you could call it a chick flick to make more women want to come to it, but bring them in too, because I think they'll really enjoy it. Corbin Bernsen does a fabulous job as King disguised as a bodyguard. And of course, Nancy Stafford is a doll to work with. She was just amazing.
I'm sure working with good people.
They were all fabulous.
Was it hard to cast? Was it hard to cast for this film?
No. The funny thing was, it kind of cast itself. I mean, the word got out about the script. Everyone that read the script just loved it and said, oh my gosh, I want to play. Yeah. And I had given the script. This is a funny story. I'd given the script to Nancy Stafford about 2.5 years ago. It was just before we started filming Daily Bread, literally like a week before we started filming Daily Bread. I was just kind of going through some old scripts, and I saw it and I said, gosh, Nancy would be great as the first lady in this movie. So I sent it to her, but I didn't hear back from her, and I got involved with the production on Daily Bread. I just forgot about it. So I ran into her a little less than a year ago. Believe this or not, a little less than a year ago. And I said, hey, Nancy, how are you doing? How's everything going? She goes, Nina, I never heard back from you. Are you going to do First Lady? And I said, I never heard back from you. I didn't think you liked it. She goes, oh my gosh, I love it. I want to be Kate. I want to do First Lady. Said, seriously? Okay, let's play. So I just started putting calls into friends that I know that are actors, and they said, sure, I'll read the script. They read it, got right back to me, said, yes, let's do it. So literally I cast the whole thing in about 2 weeks. I mean, it just happened like this because everyone that read the script loved it and wanted to do it. I call it playing, I don't call it working. So they all wanted to play with us. And
I love it.
The next thing you know, we're in pre-production. And I mean, within probably, let me see, it was May, June, July, August, within 5 months of me having that conversation with her asking me what the status of it was, we're shooting. We're in production within 5 months.
It's incredible.
And usually it takes development like 2 years on a movie. I said, we can do this. Come on, let's just jump in and do it. We did.
did you find distribution already? Because it
We
seems
had
like it'd
that
be
offer.
such a,
Yeah, we've actually had several offers from people that have not even seen it, but they've heard great things about it. They've seen
awesome.
the sizzle reel, they've seen the
For you.
pitch deck, and they really, really like it. And they're catching the vision for that genre of sort of the classic, Hollywood movie, the classic romantic comedy, and realizing that that's a niche that we're filling that they have been wanting to fill for a long time. So we all feel pretty good about it.
Yeah, it's like you're helping the resurrection,
Yes.
of
Yeah.
the romantic comedy. Oh my gosh, you're right. Where has it been?
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Tanya, thank you for bringing it back.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Renaissance. It's the rebirth of, romantic comedy. So perfect.
I want to thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. My pleasure.
Please keep me abreast, or PR list and all that stuff, and
Okay.
we'll
Perfect. Oh, you bet. Absolutely.
figure
Yeah,
that
thank
out.
you.
And let me know if you run for office.
Oh, yeah. I know. I'd probably last a nanosecond.
It's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, no, it is. I think I can impact society and the culture doing what I'm doing the artistic things that I feel
Yeah.
gifted in.
We'll stay
And
on
I
the creative side.
have much more fun doing that than in politics, that's for sure. So that's great.
Well, thank you so much. And I'll be in touch and let you know everything. And let me stop recording so we don't have to.
Okay.